So now we are live. Let me see how many participants joined us so that we can wait for 30 to 40 seconds more, then we will start.
Okay.
Yes, good morning to everyone. KVS, good morning, sir. Myself, Mohammad Ikram Hussain Bhuiya. Oh, the weightlifter, I think so. So lots of comments and wishes from the participants. What happened to my voice? What happened?
There's some echo.
Echo. So better to keep you all in mute mode. Okay. I will keep you all on mute.
Just be.
Okay. So without any delay, we are going to start. Okay. So a very good morning to all of you and welcome you all in the third day of international workshop on mastering the fundamentals of Olympic lifts, gym workouts, advanced nutritional and yogic sciences for champions. As you know that it is organized by the Department of Physical Education, Government Degree College, Dharmanagar, North Tripura, in collaboration with Mauritius Weightlifting Federation. So I again welcome you all the participants and all the resource persons present over here for some kind of interaction, live interaction with the participants. So before going for the panel discussion, I would like to give you few instructions about the workshop to all the participants. As we know that we have to follow the schedule strictly. Strictly we have to follow the schedule that every day you will get 3 to 4 presentations given by the different resource persons, and according to that you have to make an assignment given by us within a means fixed time. Every day at 3 o'clock you are getting one assignment and you have to submit it to the next day 10 a.m. before 10 a.m. or up to 10 a.m. Okay, and according to the presentation you will get one quiz link every day, and you are getting two quiz link that will be open for 2 hours, that will be activated for 2 hours for the participant to complete. And you are doing well, but I request you that the means attending the inaugural session and attending the panel discussion is not enough to get the online means e-certificate. For that you have to be active in all the sessions. Okay, so now we are going to start the live panel discussion. We have got few questions from the participants that will be replied by the resource persons. Before that, we should have some introduction session of our regarding our resource persons. So on the category, in the category of Olympic lift, we have with us the resource person. He doesn't require any introduction. We met him earlier too, none other than Mr. Ravi Bhola. Ravi Bhola is an Mauritian weightlifter who competed in the main 94 kg category at the 2008 Summer Olympics at Beijing. He currently holds the position of national head coach of Mauritian weightlifting team. After his career in weightlifting in 2011, Ravi joined the local club of Highland Blues and started playing rugby. He played for the Mauritian national rugby team and represented Mauritius at the Confederational African Cup in 2013, 14, 15 as well as 2016. Being a professional weightlifter, he has participated at 2002 Melbourne and 2010 Delhi Commonwealth Games. He also makes the nation proud by participating in African Championship in 2002, 2006 and 2008 and also participated in Indian Oceania Island Games 2007 and 2011, and many more achievements are there in his name, like All India Inter-University and National Games. So I welcome you, sir, and thanks to be the part of this program, sir. Welcome, sir. Now we have with us the resource person from the second category, that is gym workout. He also doesn't require any introduction. He is none other than Kuldeep Singh Yadav. He is very popular guy in our nation, India. He is the international bodybuilder as well as the coach. He is the CEO of several companies, like CEO at 5XL Nutrition and also the CEO at the Fit Rangers. He was in the top 6 position at Mr. Olympia Amateur Italy 2018. So I salute you, sir, for your contribution to the nation. He has also present Indian record. He is holding the record of bench press. He got the highest bench press in India. So I welcome you, sir, and we are proud to be here to have you in this program, sir. Now we have the third resource person from the same category, gym workout, none other than very popular figure, Mr. Chandan Kumar Mandal. He is multitasking person. He is multi-talented, as he is the fitness expert and fitness trainer. Is the fitness trainer at Apollo Life Center, Hyderabad from last 6 years. Fitness instructor at Sai Bhopal during Asian and Commonwealth Games 2010. An athlete playing senior national for IBBF from last 4 years. He's also ramp model, also worked for various brands like Van Heusen, Red & Taylor, Marks and Spencer and many more. He did cameo or short roles in different Telugu movies like Chadakia and also in the web series. And one more is coming in his way, that is expiry date, which is about to release in the month of November. So I welcome you, sir, and thanks to be the part of this program, sir. Now we are moving towards the question answer sessions, or we would say that interaction session with the resource persons. So first we will deal with the Olympic lifts. We have few questions asked by the different participants. The first one will be asked by Kuntal Mandal. He asked that, for Ravi Bola sir, he asked, apart from techniques, the breathing system also takes a major role. I want to know that when we will take breath, when to hold it and when to release it. So is there any particular pattern of breathing, sir? It is asked by Kuntal Mandal. Wait, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Hello, Kundal. Hello, Kundal, and thank you very much for your question. That's a very interesting question indeed. Speaking about the breathing mechanism in weightlifting, as you know, breathing is an important part of any exercise. Any sportsman doing whether playing football, basketball, weight training, weightlifting, needs to breathe in and out, as we know. Okay, we know, I'm sure you're aware about the simple breathing mechanisms where your coach, anyone, or hello?
I can hear you, sir.
Ankan?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, you can hear me.
I'm just
Okay,
at
okay, because
backstage. Okay,
it
sir. You
was
can continue, sir.
okay, okay, fine. So, okay, I was saying that you will all agree that during exercise, the body uses more oxygen and produces more carbon dioxide due to muscles working harder. To cope with this extra demand, the body responds by breathing deeper and more often to take in oxygen as the body is exercising, and for the obvious reasons we know we need more oxygen. Now, this action of breathing in and out is due to changes in pressure within the chest cavity and is created by the muscles of the chest and the diaphragm. Changing the size of the chest cavity and air pressure, meaning that when we breathe in, the pressure inside is higher, and when we exhale, the pressure is lower. Okay, so it is very important that you understand the different breathing mechanisms and why, like in sports, we have to breathe harder and deeper. Coming to weightlifting. Weightlifting is actually one of the perfect example of an anaerobic exercise, which consists of brief and intense bursts of physical activity, like the snatch, which lasts for 5 to 6 seconds, and the clean and jerk, which lasts for up to 10 to 12 seconds. So in those exercises, we usually do not need to continuously breathe in and out while doing a snatch or clean and jerk. Some athletes, what they do, they adopt what is known as the apnea. Means you hold your breath while executing the snatch or the clean, or after the clean, you go into that apnea situation where you hold your breath again before the jerk. However, breath control is critical for increasing and maintaining the structural integrity of the torso while under heavy loads, in the clean, for example. The supporting musculature is alone inadequate in order to adequately stabilize the spine. The abdominal and thoracic cavities must be pressurized. Additionally, we need to create a broad base for the torso as far as possible. Okay? So to recap, what we need is to increase the chest cavity by breathing in deeply, okay? And create a broad base for the torso as far as possible. Now, how to adopt this posture, okay? Just imagine to be able to better understand this concept, because it's actually concept. It's a bit different from other sports. So just try to visualize somebody who has just completed his clean, okay, and preparing himself for the jerk. So one of the common advice given to weightlifters is to what I call brace the core. I'm sure you all know what the core is. Now, the concept in weightlifting is to brace the core. Okay? So this cue brings about the image, or it should at least, okay? Let's say, in simpler words, imagine you ask somebody to punch you in your abdominal region. What you will do? Okay, you will try to contract this area. Okay, this is what I call bracing. All right, so bracing is simply the best way to engage the entire of your core and to create stiffness in an area that normally does not have stiffness. Okay, so bracing your core is the only way to create enough tension so that your core does not fold under loads. Imagine somebody doing the clean, so he has to be in a very stable and solid position before executing the jerk. So one thing is bracing the core. The other one is breathing in deeply after bracing the core. Okay? So how what you need, I mean to say, is to connect these two, bracing and breathing in deeply. The same actually applies for the snatch, and the same applies for the clean. This is, let's say, if we want to easily illustrate that, what you can do is place your hands on your obliques, right above the crest of your pelvis. Okay? When you brace properly, you will see your hands move laterally. So if you can do that right now, just place your hands at the region of your pelvis, of your oblique, sorry, just above the crest of your pelvis, and try to brace your core. What you will notice is your hands moving laterally. Okay? This is called bracing. Now, put one hand on your stomach, breathe in deeply into your stomach. You will feel your hand move out, and your ribs should expand laterally as well. We call this breathing into brace. And as I said, this should be adopted before the snatch, the clean, and before the jerk.
Okay.
So one is to brace, and the other one will be breathing into the brace.
Okay. So thank you, sir. I think you got your answer, Kuntal Mandal. Are you you will be satisfied? I think so. So such a elaborative explanation given by Ravi Bhola, sir. Now few more questions are coming. Means 10 to 12 questions are coming to me, but it is not possible to complete each and every one. That's why I asked you to give me in advance, so that there will be no collision of shortage of time. Now I would like to ask you one more question that is asked by the very innocent person, means lifter, I think so. He is asking that, sir, among the lifters of Tripura, including me, means including him also, oftenly find that we are not able to take a proper thrust. I know the fact also, because I have seen that no one, means few are taking, but most of are not able to take the thrust. So how to improve the thrust, and what would be the place of thrust, means at what exact place we have to hit the bar, means from the thighs or waist or what? He's asking. He's none other than Vishal Sangma. He's the one of strongest man of Tripura as far as powerlifting is concerned.
Great. Vishal Okay. Hi Vishal, thanks for your question. So first of all, we need to understand what is the thrust. The thrust, in simple words, is the action of making a contact at the hip crease with a bar during the explosion phase. Okay, so I'm sure you must be aware that in the snatch we have the explosion phase, where the bar is hitting the region. Some people call it the lap, some people call it the hip crease, or some people also call it the pubic area. Yes. So it is speaking about the thrust, it is the part of the movement in the snatch where the bar should hit the area, your body, okay, during the explosion phase. Now, concerning the clean, in the clean, the bar will normally hit below that area, somewhere around the mid-thigh level or the upper thigh level, okay? In weightlifting, what happens is, especially with beginners, it is often easier to make them hit the bar or thrust the bar, as you said, in the clean than in the snatch, okay? Because what happens in the snatch, there is a psychological part where the athletes, especially beginners, they are afraid to hit the bar in that region, okay? They are afraid to hit the bar because they don't want to hurt their private parts. And this is often a psychological cause of unable to make a proper contact, or let's say no contact at all during the initial stages of technique learning. This could be one of the reasons. Okay, I would say that this question is actually divided into two parts. Okay, the first part is the psychological aspect of this area, where athletes, especially male athletes, they are afraid of hurting themselves with a bar, which is quite painful. Actually, even top level athletes, it happens that in a bad day, they hit the bar against their private parts. So one part of your question, actually the question was not very clear, or you were speaking about the psychological part or the technical part of this how to say area, okay, which is thrusting the bar. Okay, now the second part of this question, if I can deduce it, I mean, if I can break it into two parts, the first being the psychological part, the second will be how to execute a proper thrust. Okay,
Yes, yes.
I've seen many athletes just hitting the bar, okay, just pushing their hips forward and hitting the bar violently. And what happens in that situation is the bar moves away from the body. Okay, this is what we call the bar makes an arch, moving forward and going overhead. And in some cases, not in some, but in many cases, the athlete loses the bar while overhead, means the bar flies behind the body. So another issue would be the inability to thrust the bar correctly. Because what is required is to thrust the bar so that the trajectory of the bar, the flight of the bar, is always as close as possible to the body. Now, how to execute that? Because now the thing is, we are not speaking about fundamentals anymore. We are going like now deep into how to say the biomechanical aspect of the lifts, where everything has to be perfectly correctly executed. The line of the bar has to follow very, very close trajectory to the body. Okay, so it's not speaking about fundamentals anymore. We are looking into physics and biomechanics of the movement. So I'll try to explain that in very simple terms, how to execute a correct thrust of the bar. What you need is to have a good musculature, means you need to prepare to strengthen your hips so that you don't have muscle weakness in order to execute a proper thrust. And secondly, you need to learn the correct technique of how to thrusting. Okay? So let's say if we need to break the different stages of technique learning, the first one will be to try doing this completing or executing the thrusting using a PVC pipe or a broomstick, then proceeding, if you have like a lighter bar, a 5 kg bar, or a 10 kg bar, getting used to it, okay, and later on moving to the 20 kg bar. Now, the execution has to be done correctly. Remember, in the videos about the snatch, we spoke about the 3 pulls, okay. The first pull is where you lift the bar from the platform up to the knee. And the second pull is from the knee up to the hip crease. So instead of lifting the bar from the platform, what you can do is doing snatch from hang. That is, you work snatch from hang position, starting from the knee. Okay? From that position, try to bring the bar to the hip crease and push the bar or thrust the bar using your hips, and at the same time keeping the bar close to the body, executing a quick and proper third pull. Okay, so at the beginning, emphasis has to be placed on correct execution of the technique, and you can like break the exercise instead of going for the first pull, you start from the knee position, from hang, and execute the second and third pulls.
Okay, so thank you, sir. It is very clear. And one more question similar to that, in this one is asked by Poritos Das sir. He is the national referee, category 2 referee of weightlifting. he asking similar to this your reply, that is, what are the advantages and disadvantages of performing snatch and without snatch without any thrust? Is it, he wants to ask that, is it compulsory to take thrust, or without thrust is there any disadvantage, like that only?
Okay,
So
there is actually no. It is not compulsory to thrust the bar while doing the snatch or even for the clean and jerk. But what we have to understand and agree that the thrust is a big advantage while executing a snatch, and the same, and even more in the clean and jerk, because when we're speaking about the clean and jerk means we are speaking about maximal force. So not using the thrust will be at the disadvantage of the athlete. Now, and however, at the initial stages of technique learning, with beginners especially, what we do is actually ask them to lift or to execute a lift in the snatch or even in the clean without the use or the need of thrusting the bar. Why we do that is to allow or to develop the neuromuscular pattern in the athlete, where the athlete is forced to keep the bar close, because when you're not thrusting, automatically the muscular pattern will be such that you're forced to keep the bar close to you, okay? And this also works on what we call the turnover phase of the movement, because without thrusting, you're able to keep the bar close and go for a quick turnover, okay? But again, as I said, you can use, and this exercise is actually known as muscle snatch. You can use muscle snatch. Muscle snatch is an exercise where you don't need to thrust the bar. You can use it as a strengthening exercise, as an accessory exercise, as we spoke about in the videos, and slowly, from there, progressively move to a stage where you ask the athlete to start thrusting the bar. So there are advantages. The advantages are it allows the athlete to keep a good line and to work on the quick turnover. And the disadvantage will be without a thrust, the athlete won't be able to lift big weights. As simple as that.
So thank you, sir. Means there are lots of questions, but very difficult to cover because we have to complete the gym workout too. The question asked by the participants. So second last question for you, sir. But there are lots of questions. We will send you, inbox you later on, sir. Okay, sir. So one question asked by Pradeep Bhore, and we will combine two questions asked by Pradeep Kumar and Pradeep Bhore. I think so. His name is Pradeep Kumar as well as Pradeep Bhore. So they are asking that how to improve the deep snatch. He may be asking deep snatch, and how to improve the sitting in snatch. How to
I believe the question is how to improve the sitting position or the squat position, the full squat position in the snatch. Actually, being able to go into a deep or full squat sitting position in the snatch, and the same actually applies for the clean, is a question of having good mobility and in some instances, good flexibility. So if you are unable to go into the deep sitting position or the deep squat position, means you are having some mobility issues around the hips, very oftenly around the ankle as well. So I've seen many athletes actually having poor ankle mobility, and coaches mistaken this for hip mobility. Okay, so in very simple words, and the most, I would say, obvious and simple explanation to this, anyone being unable to go into that deep squat position must be having poor hip, ankle, or knee mobility. So you need to work on that aspect of your fitness, I would say, because it's a question of fitness, having proper mobility. So you need to work on that. Take time to do a lot of stretching, and work on different types of mobility exercises.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I think everything is clear. But one question asked by the same person, Pradeep Bhore, it may be slightly psychological based. How to set your mind for heavy lifting before going to attempt a huge weight, a heavy weight? How to prepare yourself for mentally to attempt that kind of weight?
In one phrase, I would say how to adapt yourself, or how to prepare yourself, or how to get used yourself to prepare your mental, your psychology, is simply attempt heavy weights whenever it's possible, and as many on as many occasions as you can. For me, like, weightlifting is a strength related sport where the use of maximal strength and maximal power is required. In weightlifting training, in my training, however, there's one of the concepts I use is to go max out whenever the athlete feels in a good shape. It's either the athlete himself feels in a good shape, or I can see the athlete is in a good shape. So whenever the athlete feels good, in a good form, we'll go for max out. And this is the best way to psychologically prepare yourself to attempt big weights. Because you cannot just simply, wake up in one morning and say you're going to lift big. It's not like that. You have to prepare, okay? Especially beginners, they need to be prepared to go for those big weights and heavy weights. So one thing is you need to be prepared for that, for sure. But if you're an elite athlete, you can go whenever you can go, or you should go actually, whenever you feel good and whenever you feel ready. Go for big weights, and this will automatically prepare you for those weights. And you can also adopt, mental preparation. How to say? There are different kinds of mental preparation you can use, like visualization, like how to say? You visualize either yourself, okay, in your mind, you visualize yourself going for those PBs, for example, or watch, top level athletes doing the same. Okay, so visualization technique can be very helpful and useful as well.
So, thank you very much, sir. It is very clear to me also in through your reply. So, sir, we will catch you later on. So we will proceed, and if you want to convey some message to the participants and budding lifters, then you can suggest them, sir, before leaving the session, sir. Please, sir.
Well, my suggestion message will be, especially in those times of COVID, it's a period of uncertainty. Okay, I've been saying that to my students, to my athletes at school where I work, and to my close ones, that you need to keep yourself fit in order to fight COVID, because it is one of the best way to combat this disease, this pandemic. And weightlifting is one activity, is actually a great activity which can help you strengthen yourself, strengthen your body. It also helps a lot in strengthening, in reinforcing your mental state and your body composition, etc., etc. So the first part of my message will be to get yourself doing regular activities, regular physical activities, and weightlifting is a great way of keeping yourself fit. Okay. And another message will be for maybe your students who are into weightlifting. Well, weightlifting is like wine. Okay, I'm sure it doesn't hurt the sensibility of anyone. Okay, so just like wine gets better with time. Okay, weightlifting is the same. Take time in the initial stages. Focus a lot on your technique. Okay, listen to your coaches as well. I've seen many athletes, they go online. Okay, it can be very useful and resourceful to go online and to learn. But always, get the clearance or the, how to say, the consent of your coach while before doing any kind of new exercise or new activity. In brief, this will be my message to you guys. So wishing you good luck, and you can reach me on Facebook or via email. You can get my email from Mr. Ankan. You can reach me for any question, okay? And I'll be glad to help you guys improve your skills and lifts.
Thank you, sir. But sorry at the same time, because I am going to ask a very small question because it is asked by the first participant. Okay, so I don't want to miss this question.
Sure.
It is asked by one participant from Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Siraz Ahmed Wani. How we can build strong body for weightlifting? A very simple, at the same time very sensible question too.
It is actually very simple, sensible, and it is very interesting question because speaking about my own experience, I've seen many athletes avoid doing strengthening or weight training exercise after their training session. Weight training is an integral part of the weightlifting because we have to make sure you guys understand that weightlifting, speaking about Olympic weightlifting, is different from weight training. However, Olympic weightlifting can be used to weight train as well. Okay? Weightlifting in itself is, speaking about snatch, clean, and jerk, is in itself a compound exercise which builds different various muscle groups. So this is one thing. But however, there are different muscle groups which are not worked while doing snatch and clean and jerk. So time has to be taken, importance and accordance has to be given to weight training exercises after training, or in my case, I dedicate one session to weight training. Okay? Simply because, as I said, there are a few muscle groups which are not worked and which are equally important to weightlifters, whether it is in the snatch and clean and jerk. Okay. Now there are numerous exercises that is also included in the weightlifting training program, like the snatch, the back squat, the front squat, the deadlifts, push press, etc., etc. These also form part of the weight training that the athletes do. But apart from that, exercises, just to name a few so that you get a better insight, like bent over rowing, which are very important for developing the rhomboids and the teres minor and teres major. These exercises, which are found in the posterior chain, are very important for fixing the bar overhead. The tricep muscles, which are very important at fixing the bar overhead again, whether it is in the snatch or in the jerk. The calf muscles, okay, many weightlifters underestimate the importance of calf muscles. So all these different muscle groups need to be worked individually, okay, and separately so as to strengthen them. And this will have a big repercussion on the lifts in your training, whether it is for the snatch and the clean.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for such a elaborating and informative session. And we will remain thankful to you, sir, for your kind cooperation, sir. And every time you and taking some time from your busy schedule, sir. Thanks once again for.
It's my pleasure, Uncle. It's my pleasure.
Part of this program, sir. So thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Now we are moving to the next section, that is gym workout. We have with us one of the resource person, Mr. Kuldeep Singh Yadav, sir. So there will be few questions. I would say more than 20 questions, sir. So will it be possible for you?
Yes, sir.
I think
I'll be quick.
Due to yes, you will be quick. So due to time constraint, it will not be possible. But I will ask you a few questions regarding the your presentation, and apart from that presentation too, out of that presentation too. So there is first question asked by a person. His name is, I don't remember his name. He's asking that good afternoon, sir. What is the right workout for lean muscle mass, and what workout we do, intensity of workout, rest and all. Means he is asking about the intensity, rest portion of intensity. What should be the intensity of performing that exercise to getting the lean muscle mass, or the rest in between the exercise. So he is asking about the whole concept of getting the lean muscle mass, the workout. So can you focus on that, sir?
So for lean muscle mass, there is not so much to do with only exercise or weight training. Weight training has to be the same way if you are trying to gain muscles or staying lean. You just have to train intense and safe. Intense and safe means safety is mainly you have to lift everything, you have to do all exercise with proper form and technique. You don't have to miss that. No jerky or swingy movements. You have to stay in 8 to 12 rep range to build muscle, and don't use too heavy weight that you can't handle to do yourself without any support below 6 reps. And you have to keep up the intensity. I mean, you can make your workout intense with advanced training methods like drop set, superset, and you have to use as much heavy weight as you can uh, while staying in 8 to 12 rep range with proper form and technique. And to stay lean, all you have to do is with your diet and calorie intake, you have to track and watch everything you eat, everything you drink, watch your calorie intake, calculate your calories throughout the day, and do some cardio to burn some extra fat. Okay, this is all about lean muscle mass. Very simple, and this is very confusing at the same time. So very simple to explain that it's all about calorie intake and workout. Sir, I can't hear you, sir. Your mic is off.
Now I think I am audible.
Yes, sir.
So it is very nicely explained by you, sir. And this question was asked by Mr. Somveer Singh. So I think it's clear to Somveer Singh. Now
Yes.
we will move towards the next question that is asked by Debraj, one of the student of Dharmanagar College. He's asking that since allied bodybuilding undergoing various training and they have more muscle mass too, how much protein do they consume every day to maintain their muscle mass? This is the first question he is asking about the allied bodybuilders. How much protein they must take, consume every day to maintain their muscle mass as they are
So
allied.
it's all about how much muscle mass you are carrying
Hmm.
and how much advanced you are. If you are carrying weight and you are 100, if you are carrying fat too and you are 100 kg, you don't need same amount of protein as a very lean 100 kg bodybuilder. So let's say 2 to 2.5 grams of protein per kg of muscle mass or per kg of body weight, depending on at which level you are standing. So this is a safe range. Many bodybuilders tend to consume more protein, but I would say 2 to 2.5 grams of protein per gram per kg 2 to 2.5 gram per kg of body weight is safe,
Mm.
and you have to consume protein with different food sources, including non-veg, veg, or so that you get all the required essential amino acids to um, recover better. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And please make a note, Debraj. It will be very helpful to you to continue your this field. Now, the same question asked by the same person, Debraj, he is asking that by watching these videos that is presented by you, sir,
Yes, sir.
by watching these videos, I came to realize that for good muscle hypertrophy or muscle mass, we should focus on the tension that is created on muscles rather than focusing on the weight. Am I
Yeah.
right, sir? He's asking, am I
Yes,
right,
sir.
sir?
Obviously, because this is not powerlifting or weightlifting that you have to lift certain amount of weight. You are not training any movement, you are training the muscles.
Yes.
So you have to stimulate your muscle through uh, exercise, proper exercise and technique. So you just have to focus on training the muscle, not moving the weight simply. So proper form and technique, and you have to, obviously you have to progress slowly with the weights too. If you are getting stronger in the 8 to 12 rep range, you will certainly build so much muscles. So you are here to stimulate your muscles for growth, not to train any movement. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And
Yes.
Devraj, I think everything is clear to you about your questions. Now, one more question asked by one of the means renowned fitness instructor of our city, that is Dharmanagar, Shobhan Roy. He is asking that, sir, what is the ratio of diet and exercise as far as bodybuilding part is concerned? What should be the ratio of diet and exercise? Is there any ratio?
I mean, both are very important. If you don't train hard, you are not going to grow. And if you are not eating good according to your needs, you are not going to grow. So you have to train hard, break the muscles, stimulate the muscles for growth, and then you go to the kitchen, you eat proper nutrition, and you have to recover from that damage. So both are equally important. We can't say this is more important and this is not. Obviously everyone will say diet is more important, but yeah, diet is much harder to stick on to rather than training just for an hour. So diet is harder to follow rather than workouts.
Okay, okay. It is very clear, Shobhan sir. You got your reply, and it is replied by our proud of our nation, one of the best international bodybuilder we are having now. So at the same time, as you are the power lifter too, not power lifter exactly, but you can lift more than that, the genuine power lifters.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why I'm asking you question. This is asked by our student Partha Sharma. He's asking that lots of questions are coming, sir. Lots of
Yeah,
questions are coming,
will be
and
quick. And
yes, yes.
yeah.
Partha Sharma is asking how to increase the deadlift and squat, sir. As you are the record holder of bench press, he is asking that how to increase the deadlift and squat. Very simply, means the basic. I would say he is asking the basic, how
Okay.
to improve.
For uh, deadlift, you have to train your lower back muscles and train the movement. I mean, you have to figure out if you can do conventional deadlift more comfortably, or you can
Mm.
do the sumo deadlift for more comfortably. And you have to train the same movement for better performance. You have to incorporate other exercises which help you build your leg strength and lower back strength, and very slowly you can progress towards getting stronger day by day. For squats, you have to learn proper technique, how to squat exactly with proper form like posture. You don't have to strain your lower back, and you don't have to hurt your knees. with proper form, you can I mean, you just have to go down with weights very efficiently without doing unnecessary movements. And you have to incorporate other leg workouts, leg exercises like leg press, lunges, leg extensions, to build your leg strength. And very slowly, you have to be patient. If you are training uh, 3 4 sets of squat, and let's say it is 4 by 4, 4 reps of 4 sets, 6 by 4, 7 by 3, 8 by 2. So you have to you need to know how much you can train today, and how fast you can recover from training. If you can recover very fast, you can do frequent training in the beginning of your career. You can do squat sessions 2 times a week, and if you are an advanced lifter, you will not be able to recover as fast, and you have to do squats and deadlift only once a week. So you just have to be patient, learn the basics, and progress slowly.
Thank you, sir, for a elaborating means reply. And sir,
My pleasure.
as they are very our lifters of Tripura, they are very they believe on psychological aspect too. So
Okay.
they want to ask your opinion about your experience, how you feel, which one is better, sumo style or conventional style, so that they will follow that one only, as you are following that. That's why they are asking. So as per you, what you are following?
Because I'm a bodybuilder, I need more muscles.
Yes, yes.
So conventional style is better for me, so I have only done conventional style. But if I think if we talk about kinesiology, biomechanics, then obviously sumo style can lift more weight, but I never trained that way, so I can't share experience with that technique. But I have seen lifters on social media and Instagram lifting heavier weights in sumo style, because you have to move the weight uh, for,
No,
the
right.
path bar have to travel is less compared to the conventional techniques.
Right, sir, exactly, sir. And this is called as
Because I'm
experience.
training for muscles, not the movement. That's why I'm doing
Yes.
conventional. And I'm stronger because I track everything. I track all of my workouts. I have to get stronger in each of my lifts to build muscles too. That's why I'm stronger than average powerlifter or bodybuilders.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Such a nice reply. Now there are few more questions. I will means combine all the questions, because due to the lack of time, this is very short questions asked by Bhaskar Nath, asked by Suman Panda, and Ronnie Datta. I will ask one by one that at what age a child should start weight training, not weightlifting, weight training. Is there any specification about the age, where to start, when
No,
to start?
uh, 11, 12, 13, every age is fine. There is nothing to do with height, that mm, s- a kid will start, a kid will stop growing with because of weight training. That's just a myth.
Misconception.
Because
Yes.
your height only depends on your genetics and your nutrition. You are not going to stop growing anyway with weight training. That's the only fear in India, and it's a complete myth. So your kid can start training at any age, and your kid has to be very interested in exercise. You just don't have to force him too much, because it can certainly damage his mental aspect, or mental health. That is the only
Right,
point.
right, right. Very rightly said by Kuldeep sir. Now we will move towards one more question. What is the best for it is quite I would say not controversial, but as we are covering most of the aspects in this workshop, that is
So,
weightlifting,
sir,
weight training, as well as the yoga too.
i
So
i
it's
couldn't hear, sir. Sir, There was
So
connection issue. Yeah. Can you please
now,
repeat?
now it's clear.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it is clear. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So, one question asked by Ronnie Datta, that is, as we are covering both the aspects here, means weight training as well as the yogic aspects also, yogic science
Yes, sir.
too. So,
Yes, sir.
as per him, he is asking, what is the best for us, yoga or gymming? He is asking the question related to yoga too and gymming also to the weightlifter or weight trainer. So, it will be quite interesting to know from you.
Yes, sir. So you have to train your brain or your subconscious state of your mind with yoga, with meditation and everything. But you can train your muscles only with weight training. It's as simple as that. You can't train each and every muscle of yourself and continue progressing with that resistance with yoga. You will only have your body weight all the ways, so you will only gain certain amount of strength, and you can't hit your muscles with every angle. So that's limitations with yoga and asanas. But with meditation you can train, I mean, your subconscious state of mind. You can train your brain and feel good about uh, peace, staying peace, and control your emotions, calmness and everything. But with weight training, for proper posture and muscles, you have to train to keep your body balanced. You have to train with weights.
Right, right,
So
right.
both are important.
Yes.
If you need overall health, you need to do both. It's simple.
Very well replied by a weight trainer or international bodybuilder. How to collaborate the yoga with weight training and gymming. So thank
Yes.
you, sir. Now the last question. I would say last
Yes.
question. There are lots of questions, but very difficult to ask. At what age a child should? We have asked already, I think.
Yes, sir.
What is the best time for gymming, morning or afternoon? Is there any time limitations or time oriented aspect of gymming? Is there anything
Yeah.
about timing?
You just have to figure out what you need. Everything is customized on your needs, your goals, and how you feel at certain time of the day, like morning or evening. For me, I train at evening because before I train, I have to be very energetic and I have to load carbs and I have to feel like I'm full of energy before my workouts. In the morning, as I wake up fasted, I am fasted during the night. So in the morning, I don't feel the same as I feel in the evening. And you are during throughout the day you are active, so you are pretty much warmed up during the day and you are ready for the workout. But in morning I don't feel the same way. But for many people, with many clients I handle, they feel better in the morning. So it all depends on you, your schedule, what you your job lifestyle. So at which sport you are mm, most comfortable, you have to train that same point.
So thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
My
It
pleasure,
was
sir.
a nice session and very simple to understand.
Yes, sir.
Your explanation was very general, means very simple to all the audience. It can be understandable to each and every person who are not from gym, weight training or who are from weight training. It is equal to everyone. So thank you, sir,
Thank you, sir.
for accepting our request and giving us time from your busy schedule. I know your family condition now, but still you have given us the word. That's why we are here. I know your present condition of your family. You are going through some health issues, your family. So thank you for that, sir, and showing that spirit of
My
professionalism.
pleasure, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
We will meet you again, and namaskar, sir.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
Before going towards the end part of this program, I would like to Now we are moving towards the third resource person of third day of an international workshop, that is Mr. Chandan Kumar Mandal. He is very
Hello.
well renowned figure of India as far as modeling is concerned, as far as fitness is concerned, and as far as your acting career is concerned. So I welcome you, sir. Now we
Good
have few
morning,
questions.
everybody.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. There are few questions asked by different participants. The first one, uh, we want you to reply in very short because lots of questions are coming for you too, sir. So it will be beneficial,
Yeah.
but we have to continue with other activities of workshop too. So that's why I will cut it down also the questions. How long should I rest between set? And how often should I increase the load? It is asked by Priyojit Devnath, one of our students. How long should
See,
I rest?
it's a nice question and very important part of an sports performance or weightlifting or anything like related to sports or gym training. Like I'm going to tell you that recovery. One is short time recovery, one is long time recovery. And the second thing is the purpose of your training. For what purpose you are doing the training? If I'm going for a muscle endurance, on the other sense, if you say muscle endurance gives you the fat loss also, means you are consuming more oxygen in the same time while doing the exercise. Like for muscle endurance, you are doing 12 to 20 reps. In strength training means you are one RM, one time repetition maximum, which is 8 to 12 repetitions. So here the resting period should be different. Maximum strength, where you are lifting 4 to 6 repetitions. Here, majorly the power lifters and weightlifter used to do. If your purpose is to gain the muscle for the hypertrophy, you must suppose you are doing your upper body and you are lifting 80 to 85% of your maximum and you are lifting 8 to 12 reps. Then if you are able to lift that weight 2 times, then go to increase the load 5%. And if you're doing the lower body in the same manner, you increase in the 10% of that. So this way you can gain the strength. The resting period in between the muscle building should be 30 to 90 seconds. If you are doing strength or power training, that should be 2 to 5 minutes. And in the same level, if you are going for a muscle endurance, that should be a little bit more, depending upon how you are going to train your goal. You can change the resting period, and sometimes your age group, your practicing condition, your environmental condition also affects that uh, your resting period and increasing of your load. So we can increase the load in the sense of repetitions, in the set of like you can increase the number of sets of exercise, you can increase the weight of exercise.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And it is quite interesting to know about the fact what you have given to us. Now, one more question asked by our student Partho Sharma. He is very keen to know everything. He is asking that in his language. Let me ask you. He is asking how to lose belly fat abdominal area. How to lose belly fat abdominal area. How to increase. It is replied by Kuldeep also. How to increase deadlift. Now, how to fat lose weight training and cardio. What is the affected our body? Means he want to ask. I will clarify it. What would be the what would you suggest between cardio and strength training for losing fat? Which one is better as per you, the cardio or strength training for losing fat, especially from the belly
See,
fat?
uh, see, spot reduction is not possible. First of all, I want to tell you that if you're thinking I'm going to do just losing my belly fat, uh, I, I will tell you a simple thing. Example: if you in going to in your kitchen, if you put a vegetable oil, I mean dalda, everyone cooking puris and all dalda. If you just leave it on the kadai or utensil, you will see the thing melts slowly from the outer region to inside. That means the core comes at the last stage of point. Okay, so like the same way also, when we lose the fat, we lose it from all over the body, not from a specific part of body. So what we have to do, you need to control your diet, and you need to exercise most. uh, the main thing is you have to go for energy deficit, means negative energy balance. More specifically, I will suggest you, if you want to fat lose, both cardio and weight training are important, because both have a different burning capacity qualities. Like in cardio, we are using the fat oxidation, phosphogen, we say phosphogen process, means the track of burning the energy is the fat. Means we take the energy through the fat directly by involving breathing more oxygen for a long time. In anaerobic, means strength training, we are using the ATP-CP pathway, means there is a more chance of formation of lactic acid. But the another importance is, when you have lean muscle, you can burn fat in the later stage, means it increases your metabolic rate.
Right,
So
right, right.
in metabolic rate, you are maintaining the muscle. So maintaining muscle is a big job. So in that case, you are burning more fat. And in the cardio, we need more energy for the respiration. So more we breathe, more we burn the fat.
So, thank you. We came to know about the different aspects of both the training concepts are clear and equally important, but how to utilize which one is affected means differently. Both are affected differently, but for the same purpose. So now we are having one more question asked by Pralab Kaur. He's asking that what the biggest mistake people make at the gym. What are the biggest mistake made by the people at gym? Gym जब करने जाते हैं तो what are the mistake we are doing?
See, the biggest mistake after going to the gym is they can't find out what to do, from where to start,
Hmm.
due to lack of trainer or due to high personal training charges nowadays. They are just confused what to do. So I will suggest them, first you go to the gym, start your body weight exercises, then go for the major muscle exercises, then come to the small muscle exercises, and then combine them and slowly progress. Don't go for lifting heavy. The first thing in your gym is, whatever you are going to do, the perfect form is the most important. If your form posture is not right, you're simply going to hurt your muscles, hurt your joint, which will biggest hindrance in your pathway for the long run of your fitness activity and your daily routine life also.
So, okay, sir, thank you. And it is really important for every one of us, those who are novice or we can say beginner, who are the budding vet trainer, they must keep in mind this suggestion given by our Chandan Mandal sir. Okay, now the last question I would say that it is asked by Rahul Singh that why the beginners and even the elite lifters are facing problem in doing proper squat, deadlift and bend over rowing. What are the different consequences they are facing while performing? Let it be beginner or elite person, they are facing the same problem. Why they are not able to? perform these three event means exercise properly?
See, like squats or deadlift, you can see in our daily life also we are doing forward bending or squat naturally. Okay, but while doing a proper or particular exercises like squats or deadlift, bent over row, or we are doing abs also, we are not uh, able to perfectly perform it, because the reason is your hip flexor muscles are very tight. So you need to give them proper stretching. There are a lot of stretching there, like piriforming stretching, lunges stretching, knee to chest stretching, 90-90 stretching, sorry, butterfly stretching. A lot of stretchings are there, should be done before and after exercises to make your hip flexors and growing muscles more flexible, which will automatically help to do the squats, deadlifts much better.
So thank you, sir. Thank you. These all called as the science behind the gymming, science behind the weight training. So thank you
Yeah,
for your reply, sir.
very
Yes, sir.
important. Like if you are doing squats, you must see your plumb line, your back of the head, your shoulder,
Okay.
your hip, and the heel. They should be in a line. So this way you can measure yourself that where you exist actually.
Thank you, sir. So, through this reply, we came to know that even the weight training is based on fact and science. We have to follow the
Yeah,
biomechanics,
absolutely.
the lines, the physiology of your body, the posture of your body, everything we should keep in mind. So, thank you, sir, for such a wonderful, such an informative, and very clear concept about these questions, and not only that, about your whole presentations. We heard and we watched your presentation given by you. It was very means interesting to know about the facts, and very at the same time very simple to perform to. So thank you, sir, and being a part of this program. And I would like to request you, if you want to give some message to our participants, then it will be better for them to means carry on throughout their life with your suggestions, sir.
It's my message towards their health and fitness. See, we can earn money, we can earn everything, but we can't earn our fitness and physique. This is the physique, this is your body which is with you all the time. Money will come, money will go. Okay, wealth is not going with you. So earn the physique what the god have given you, instead of have a junky diet, alcohol, and doing all nonsense. I will prefer you should go for exercises. I know in the village areas still there are no gyms, but people can do free hand exercises. They can go for a jog and run. And even in our field, those who are in physical education on or gym trainers, they can help the other society people to live healthy and teach them what to eat. People have a lot of resources in their food, but they don't know how to eat, how to cook the foods. They still use a lot of oils, they still use palm oil. I'm not know what they're going to do with that money by saving money investing in the palm oil. So sharing education is very important, and my suggestion, uh, everyone should be fit and be focused on their health, because health is the wealth.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, and for accepting our request. And I know you are so busy because you are multi-talented personality. I would say that he is also at that means model, at the same time expert, fitness trainer, as well as a good singer. If time permits, we
Yeah,
will meet you, and very glad to hear
we
your
used to sing
voice, sir.
together a lot.
Yes, yes,
We
yes.
miss those days.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir, for motivating the students, because you are youth too, and you are motivating your category of people, that is youth of our nation, and that will be affect our generation.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you, sir,
Fit,
for coming.
fit India, fit kids, fit India. Yes. Come on.
Yes, sir. We will keep in mind, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks.
Now we are moving towards the end of the first live panel discussion of third day. Now we will meet another live panel discussion on 10th. After that, we will proceed towards the closing ceremony. But before that, today you will have 4 presentations given by the 2 resource persons, Ms. Ragini Yadav and Mrs. Meenakshi Saini. So that will be given to you from 11 onward, and in every 1 hour you will get one video, and according to that video you have to make the assignment, which will be given at 3 o'clock every day, 3 o'clock, and simultaneously we will provide you one quiz link. Okay, quiz link we will provide you, and that too is compulsory to submit. Okay, otherwise we will not count it as a active participation. As we can see here that in this program we expect more from the participants to attend this kind of program. It was such a interactive session that is made for you. So now from 11 we will get everything, and be active on that group, WhatsApp group we have created. Each and everything we are giving time to time. You have to follow the instruction and strictly follow the schedule. And if is there any modification, then we will intimate you well in advance. Okay, and we are doing that. So be patient and be active throughout this workshop, and not for only for getting the e-certificate. It is for you, it is for gaining the knowledge. We are asking the personalities or the resource person from outside too, for you to attend the class. It is not about the webinar, it is about the workshop. It is a part of training. So it's my request to all of you to attend the same. Now we will meet on another day at the last day of 10th. Meanwhile, you have to cover each and everything today also, day after, means tomorrow also, and day after tomorrow also. So day after tomorrow we will uh, have the closing ceremony. So thank you to attend this live panel discussion. So thanks again. Bye.